This building was built in 1894, I believe, without the aid of electric or gasoline engines or anything like that. This was before electricity or anything. That's the reason that the building has so many windows in it, is the only way they had to light it was with the sunshine. It was originally built for a schoolhouse. They taught all 8 grades in this one room right here. And they taught all the high school on the 2nd floor. And the 3rd floor was built by the Masons for a meeting place as a Masonic lodge hall. In 1926, the school moved out. They built a new school down the road here, and this became a theater. In fact, on the wall out here, there's a framed newspaper article from the New Washington News in 1928, and it has an ad in here for the Masonic Lodge Theater, and they're hanging on the wall. So this became a theater. They had some plays and such here, but mainly it showed movies, and the screen was at that end of the room. So the original projection booth and all the paraphernalia is still back here. We spent 40-something hours just getting the dirt out, but the original carbon arc projectors are still there. The old John Wayne pieces of film and such are there, popcorn boxes, tickets, the original wiring, everything is exactly like it was in 1926. The old pictures and things that you see out here in the lobby, if you look close at those are pictures that was taken 100 years ago in the same building, in front of the same building. But I've got a picture taken right out here when this was a dirt street that was shooting west right out in front of this building, and there you see some old Model T Fords sitting on the street out there, and if you look down at that end, you'll see this big sign that goes across the street, Chautauqua. So the original Chautauqua was right in this little town. A lot of history here. You'll see on the 2nd floor, I've borrowed and restored a covered wagon. It's on the 2nd floor. It doesn't belong to me. It belongs to the Bauer family. But I found it stored in a barn and got the history on it, and it is the original Conestoga. And I've never seen a real Conestoga. When you see covered wagons, you usually see a box bed. You know, it's a rectangular bed. When you see this, the bed is shaped like a boat. You'll see the slant to it. And the only place I've ever seen that is in history books. And it was sitting in a barn out here, and come to find out, the Bauer family moved here from North Carolina in the 1800s with 9 kids in a covered wagon, and I took it all apart, put it back together on the 2nd floor, had the wheels repaired because it had been sitting in a barn on dirt. And in fact, the Amish repaired the wheels for me, and the old boy that repaired the wheels said he'd never seen a Conestoga in his life. Everybody wants it to remain on display, and let's face it, it's better than sitting in a barn. There's things in here that the community has shared with us, that we share with the community, that probably, again, will stay here because, you know, this is the place. Everybody's got something in their basement or in the closet from this area, you know, that's history, and this has been kind of a collection point for it. And if I have an auction here and sell the place, even if I have an auction to sell the contents, the antiques, and I probably will do this down the road, those things won't be sold. They'll either remain here or they'll go back to the family, but there's some groovy things here. I bought it in 2000, and I bought it to save it because they'd already taken the bids on tearing it down. And these walls are all 4 bricks thick. Even the inside dividing walls are 4 bricks thick. It had a slate roof on it, which if you keep the slate on there, which I had to replace some, but basically it's rock, you know, it's going to last forever. So I bought it with the intentions, of course, of saving it, and it, like anything else, it kind of got out of hand, and we were able to make this room into a 80 to 100 seat fine restaurant. I built this stage that we're on right here for events. We've had bands playing in here. We've had weddings. We had plays with dinner served here. Went over very, very well. if you could see up here, I don't have it pulled down, but there's a huge screen up here that drops down, and the building is wired because in the closet in there is a cart. You roll the cart out. It has the metal boxes in the floor. You plug the cart into the floor back there, and there's an $8,000 digital projection system on there. We can show movies on here. We can hook a computer to it and do PowerPoint presentations. So I call it the old school with the new tools because, again, because of the video, I put a complete new sound system, if in full stereo with subwoofers underneath the stage. So you could show an earthquake movie in here and you know what it would feel like. The podium has a sound system already in it. There's a cap that slips on the top of that with a microphone. It's on wheels so it can be rolled out here for a speaking event. So it can be used for a lot of different things. All the tools are here. Audio, video, ambiance. We were into some things that Beverly and I had never done, but we had to try it and see if we could do it, and we did it. Sunday brunch was packed. I mean, it was a great place, and we did the theater in here. It was a great thing, but it's a lot of work. It needs to be somebody that's 40 years younger than we are, because that's a hard job. But it needs to be a restaurant 7 days a week because it can. And a building being used is a whole lot better than a building sitting empty. Now we still rent it for weddings and birthday parties and et cetera, et cetera. The kitchen was built back in the 50s, was built onto this building, and all we did was remodel it, put new dishwashers and commercial stoves, and the cabinets are full of dishes. All the refrigerators, it's an approved health, it's a complete restaurant kitchen, and it can serve, again, we served 80 to 100 people in here. This will be a smoking business for somebody, not for me, or my wife. I don't want her doing it either because I saw what she went through, and it was something new we had never done before, number one, so it was a learning experience for her and us, but they did it very successfully. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm almost 65 years old. I'm retired, and I did this for somebody else to do, and I really did. And this is about 20 miles from where the new bridge is going to go in right down here. It can be an excellent antique store. Second floor, it could be open as an antique store. It could be a bed and breakfast. There's a lot of things that you could do, but if a person came in here today and they brought a sack of groceries, they could be in business tomorrow because everything's ready to go. We do it now. You know, we do it for occasion, but I'm not going to run a restaurant here. It needs to be somebody who enjoys and wants to be in that type of business and who wants to work 7 days a week. I saved the building. That was the goal, to save it. But it got a little out of hand, and we did more than that, as you can see. It's just a wonderful, beautiful place. But we love this place. We really do. And there's nothing, you know, I mean, the building's not going to go away. We can still be in love with the building. But what it needs to be, I can't finish. It's time for somebody else to take over. And I found the history of the man who made the bell, and it's framed on the wall in there. His name was C.S. Bell, and he hand cast that bell in Ohio. I have the whole story on him, and he delivered that bell with a team of horses and wagon. This whole thing was built from teams of horses and a wagon. The brick was made within a mile of here, right out here on a hill. All these bricks, and again, this is 4 bricks thick. There's so much soul here that it's a museum. It's a museum. If it was empty, it'd be a museum.